Ich lese heute dieses Buch. Es heißt Price Discrimination und is written by Tu-Anne Twinney und illustrated by Danyel Maxin Santos. Und ich habe das eben gefunden, es ist ein Special in der Bookbox und ich werde es nach dem Lesen wieder in die Bookbox dann zurückgeben. Und da geht es um Price Discrimination. Und das ist ein Buch, A Young Economist Guide. Es geht um die Ökonomie. Und zwar das Copyright ist aus 2020. So. Price discrimination is when a business charges different customers different prices for the same product. Und im Globalen gibt es sogar verschiedene Preise für die verschiedenen Regionen. Tosh the Owl. Das ist ein Tosh the Owl. So, jetzt dann meine Haare so weg. Das ist mir zu warm heute. Tosh the Owl owns a successful coffee shop. When Tosh's brother gets hurt, Tosh knows he will need more money to help him out. Tosh's coffee shop makes a profit, but not enough to give his brother the money he needs. Tosh doesn't want to raise his prices. That would drive away most of his customers. If only there were a way to charge different customers different prices. Some of his wealthier customers should surely afford to pay more than his customers of more meager means. But what can he do to ensure that his regular customers keep coming? How can Tosh make more money while also keeping all of his customers happy? These are the questions the book tries to answer. So, das ist dann diese Seite. It says, every morning people bustle down Schillingford, Maine. Schilling was the currency in Austria. The street was always full, come sun or come rain. Folks making their way on their daily commute. You would always see a neighbor or two in this route. Here it says Owl's Roast. Tosh the Owl's coffee shop was a favorite for most in the neighborhood. People couldn't resist a drink from Owl's Roast. Tosh served coffee with humor and flair. His brew tasted great and his prices were fair. So you noticed this is rhyming. Like most and roast and flair and fair. Then the next two pages. Let's see. Okay. People came in and out of Tosh's shop all day. Some got coffee to go and some wanted to stay. He greeted every customer with coffee and a grin. And customers left happier than when they came in. Another rhyme, day and stay and grin and came in. Tosh loved working in the local coffee biz. He knew so much about coffee that some called him a whiz. He loved making friends with the customers he saw. Being a part of the community was a major draw. Rhyme words, whiz and whiz, and saw and draw. The 2 pages I show you. Tosh was in charge of running the store. He poured the coffee, but also did so much more. Ordering supplies and roasting the beans. Tosh supported his family by any means. Rhyming words, store, more. Beans, means. One day in his office, Tosh got the call. His brother Josh, Tosh and Josh rhymes too, had suffered a fall. He's been in an accident and broken his wing. He doesn't all right. He's doing all right. Well, he is doing all right, but he can't fly in a sling. Rhyming words, call, fall, wing, sling, and Tosh and Josh. There's no page numbers. I just continue reading. It is a little longer, these stories. His brother had to quit his job as a delivery owl. Because he couldn't fly, he had to throw in the towel. Tosh was worried about how Josh would get by. He couldn't make money if he couldn't fly. Rhyming words, owl, towel. Get by, couldn't fly. Josh had 5 kids that depended on him. Tosh knew he needed help. Things were looking grim. 5 owlets. That's the word for the little tiny owls. The thought made him sweat. His brother would need all the help he could get. Him grim. Sweet. Him he could get. Sweet sweat. This is what she meant. Okay, I mispronounced it. The thought made him sweat, not sweet. Sweat, sweat, get. Sorry for the confusion. This is the next one. Tosh gave these troubles a good deal of thought. He had to help his brother out of this tough spot. While his brother was waiting to again fly and soar, Tosh could give him some of the profits from his store. The thought spot. Soar, store. Tosh looked at his ledger and reviewed each line. A ledger is something in accounting. It's an accounting term, bookkeeping term. The owl's roast made money, and Tosh would be fine. Sadly, the profits weren't enough for Tosh and his brother. This idea wouldn't work. He needed another. Line, fine. Brother, another. So now we see the bookkeeping. Tosh couldn't get another job or sell different stuff. And with the prices as they were, he wasn't making enough. Business is good, but are my prices too low? How much would folks pay for a simple cup of joe? Low, joe, stuff enough. He didn't want to raise prices. He had the best in town. His prices and good coffee were what kept folks around. He knew he couldn't share much more of his brew, but his brother needed money. What should he do? Town around, brew he do. No, I don't know if this is really rhyming. Now the next one. Tosh knew that he was in quite a tricky spot. Most of his customers would not want to pay a lot. He did have wealthy patrons who had more to spend. Perhaps he could raise the prices, but just for them. Tosh knew that he had to help out his brother. Could he charge some customers more than the others? Tosh could make more money that way. He was sure, but he didn't know how to get the rich fox to pay more. So let's see. Here we go. Tosh was considering price discrimination, changing prices based on the customer in each situation, charging way more for the bigger spenders and keeping lower prices for those with budget that were slender. Slender. But Tosh also wanted to get more folks in the door and encourage his regulars to buy even more. As he sat to think about new things to try, the crocodile came strolling by. See, this is the crocodile. And then they were thinking, did some brainstorming. If Cock knew anything, it was how to make profits. So Tosh decided to ask Cock for some tips. I have an idea, Tosh, Cock said on the sly. Add drinks to the menu that only rich folks would buy. Tosh thought this over. Cock made a great point. A premium drink would not disappoint. He knew this new brew had to raise the stakes. A drink with whipped cream topped with real cold flakes. He called his creation the Golden Whip Deluxe. One 12-ounce cup would cost $15. So another idea. Rox, the rhinoceros, came by to have something yummy. Tosh knew that she loved showing off her money. Then Tosh showed her the drink and its flecks of gold. Rox opened her purse and shouted, "Sold!" Rox loved the drink and bought one every day. It's a fancy as I am. She'd smile and say she told all her friends about the special new drink, and they all showed up as quick as a wink. Let's do this one. To encourage regulars to keep buying his brew, Tosh gave out punch cards that said, "Thank you. One drink meant one punch. After 10, one was free." "I'll come every day," customers shouted with glee. Tosh sold more coffee than ever before. Rich folks are regular folks crowded his store. As time went by, Tosh earned more than ever. He was proud of himself. He felt very clever. His brother benefited from the profit increase, and helping out his family gave Tosh a sense of peace. Tosh got a new job driving a truck instead of flying. It wasn't as fun, but the pay was satisfying. Tosh's customers were happier than ever before. There was always a line that stretched out the door. Tosh learned a great lesson about price discrimination. Charging more for wealthy customers can be a temptation. Instead of charging different prices for the exact same item, he added pricier items to the menu for those who could buy them. Oh, and that's the end. It says this book belongs to everyone who finds it in the book box in Midtown Atlanta on Peachtree Place. Happy, healthy, and very wealthy Tuesday. Today is the 27th, the 27. Juni 2023. I'm ending my Zoom meeting now. End the meeting for all, and I'm stopping the recording.